Welcome back to Tissue World, and this must be a first in terms of conference television. For the first time ever, Michael Jackson and Willie Nelson. Wow, I mean, what an amazing thing. William Nelson, Willie to his friends, of course, is the president of Electric 80 Inc., based in Chicago, although it's an Italian parentage firm. They're both hardware and software developers, getting involved really with Industry 4.0, which is, William, what you were talking about at conference here today as well.
Yes, of course.
In our Industry 4.0 session, talking about improving safety, quality of service, from both a customer and a profitability point of view as well. Your company perfectly placed to do that. Perhaps you can tell our audience why.
Over the years, experience has brought us to this point where we began working very humbly, very modestly, starting to build upon that. Now the building blocks are all in place. Part of the theme of the conference today was a tipping point, and I think the tipping point has arrived. All of the pieces have been being built over time, and now we're able to put them together in an integrated fashion to work in a plant from head to toe. In other words, taking all of the processes, automating them, and providing the customer at the end the feedback that they need to be able to run their plant in an efficient way with the highest degree of safety and sustainability possible.
Now, Industry 4.0 in its own regard is a bit of a catchphrase. It's become a bit of everyone uses it for everything in terms of what's there. What's your definition of 4.0?
I think we've been at Industry 4.0 for a long time. I think Industry 4.0 today really means the ability to do things intelligently, to have the products in the marketplace in the format that the customer wants them, in the most efficient and inexpensive way possible. Throughout the complete supply chain, being able to provide information and receive information to process this much more quickly than ever before.
And true integration with automation is the way forward in terms of what the industry requires.
Yes, it's through automation, but it's through integration of many suppliers under one envelope. And that's what Electric 80 brings to the table, is our ability to integrate other people's processes into ours. So from the plant ERP system down through shipping, being able to manage other people's equipment as well, in other words, receiving information and providing a dashboard or feedback for the operators to be able to react ahead of time. I shouldn't say react, I should be able to say act ahead of time rather than react to what the problems are.
So it's proactive response rather than a reactive response. It does intrigue me, I must admit, that your company, Electric 80, primarily software driven, but the hardware components are in there as well.
Of course. The hardware is the tool. The software is what tells the tool what to do, and we leave it at that.
Brilliant. Now, you presented your paper on this earlier today at Congress, well received. What made you decide to present on this particular topic?
It's been our mission. It's been our mission since the very beginning. Quality, integration, safety is all part of what we do. It's our core value. So therefore, it was just another speech for us, really. It was just saying, here's what we do, and here are the innovations that we're bringing to that. Because every day in the software world, in the development world, something new is happening. And we're integrating it in many different places, in many different industries. So Electric 80 works in the tissue industry. It's one of our core businesses, along with the food and beverage industry. So high-moving consumer products. So what we're applying to tissue today are things that we've learned in industries that perhaps are a step ahead of tissue in terms of being more personalized towards the customer, being more attentive to highly customized outputs today.
What was the biggest walkaway that you wanted the audience to leave with?
I wanted them to walk away knowing that it is possible to have an intelligent plant today. It's not that hard. They just have to change the way they're doing things. It's a paradigm shift. Whereas before everything was done in a serial fashion, now we need to do it in parallel. We need to work as an owner, that is the person who's building the plant, and the other suppliers together to build a fully integrated process, not in a way that in the past perhaps was conflictual. On the other hand, choose your supplier for your automation and work with that supplier to go as deep as you can into all the processes, and you'll end up with a better result. Smaller footprint, less expense, better end result.
Fantastic stuff. Now, obviously a large proportion of machine people here, with it being Tissue World Milan this time around. Has it been a little bit different at this Tissue World for you as to all the previous ones that I know you've attended?
Well, what I've seen is other people are thinking along the same line, but they're thinking in their shell. What we're trying to do is say, let's open the shell and think together. to do this, to really give a more intelligent plant.
And one of our sub-themes here as well, collaborative nature of business. And
exactly.
I guess you're here representing that same spirit in its own way.
Exactly. Whereas in the past, perhaps, our customers had large engineering staffs, or they were employing engineering firms, they no longer need to do that. They can rely upon companies to work together to provide the same result using the expertise. This is what we do every day.
Yeah.
Our customers don't build plants, they operate plants. So they need to give us the inputs on how they're operating. We need to put that into our thought process, but we need to be able to share what our best practices today in the marketplace, in tissue industry or outside the tissue industry, to make sure that the customer's plant that they're building isn't antiquated by the time they're finished with it.
Sure.
It moves on to the future. It morphs into something different as the needs of the market change.
Delivering profitability and
course.
ultimately happy customers.
Absolutely.
Which has got to be good for
the
business.
end customer needs to be the happy customer.
Yeah, very much so. William, what a great pleasure having you here today. Willie Nelson,
Thank you.
Michael Jackson
Thank you,
live.
Michael. We'll be in
I'm
concert
going to remember
soon.
this interview forever. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate
Real
it.
pleasure.
Thank
you.